All right. Thank you very much, Loretta. We have had some good times together over the years. Okay, I've been asked to talk about handling the Cutco competition. But really, when you think about it, does Cutco have any competition? Does this company have any competition? Of course not. All right, yeah, the competition. Yeah, of course not. We don't. But there are some things that come up, and they've been covered a lot. Costco discount catalogs online. I'm kind of rehash a little bit of that, so some must be a very positive repeat of things you've heard to reiterate those. Um, but covering our competition, and again, I want to thank everyone for being in this room right now, whether it's your first or fourth time. Wouldn't y'all agree that this is where you get the goods on how to sell Cutco? And this is where you get the goods right here. So thanks so much for your attention. Guys, I've done events since 2009. Actually, 2001, I was there when we weren't supposed to sell at the booth. Just get leads. I was there. So I've heard every excuse on the planet. We used to not even have Costco program. We used to not have Cutco stores. So I've heard it all for a decade now. And I've heard tons of good speeches like one you saw from Kelly about handling these objections in our competition. So guys, I'm just going to give you some quick tools for handling these objections in our competition, kind of like what you heard at that fantastic objection panel last night, which was amazing. So the big rule I have for you is just get a few key phrases to add to your arsenal. You know, at last night's panel, and gosh, what I just got from Kelly about selling a replacement paring knife, like, duh, that's awesome, is just you're going to get a couple of few nuggets to add in that's going to help you close an extra order to here, there, and upsell here, there. So take notes and just really just write down the few things that you connect with. And then the rule here, anytime we're talking about our competition, which again, Costco, the store, the catalogs online, those other knife companies, and even other CSPs, the main rule, the rules that we have, then if you follow these, you'll be successful, is you want to be able to professionally, politely, and confidently explain why working with you as the rep is the best decision right now. Kind of heard that from several people, kind of a theme we have going on. Why they should work with you right now. And the keys are never talk negatively about any other Cutco establishment. Never do that. Never talk negatively about other knife companies, even if it's Farberware. Don't say, oh, that cheap plastic stuff sucks. Don't do that. And then, of course, never, ever, ever talk negatively or try to undercut any other CSPs or another booth at the same show. And I'll elaborate on that a little bit later. So again, kind of like Kelly, not a lot of fluff. I'm going to rapid fire jump into a lot of key points here. All right, so start off our competition, Costco. By the way, Costco is an awesome program. If you have a Costco's in your area, it's great. We get so many orders from Costco customers. So if a customer has bought or just asks about Costco, a couple things to say is, awesome. Acknowledge that. Hey, do y'all have those Costco knives? Are these those Costco knives? How many times you heard that at the booth? Like holy spelling, like there's no S. Anyways, Costco's amazing. They have great deals. And then the phrase says, just so you know, I don't compete with Costco. They have the best products, good deals. It's good for our company. And I'm not going to sit here and try to undercut Costco. So you always acknowledge that. But then after you've acknowledged how great Costco is, because it really is pretty good for our customers and company, and then you go into the advantages that your customer has right now, which of course includes, and you can word this a lot of different ways, but the keys are, first off, they do have a limited amount of products. They do not have our full catalog. Limited packages and sets. At Costco, you're very limited on what you can buy in different combinations. You only have about 15 options. It's not very much. They only have the kitchen knives, no garden tools, no hunting tools, no wellness mats, no cookware. Very, very, here at the show, we have our full catalog. They only have one color, only classic. You have to pay in full at Costco, where it shows we can do the interest-free payments. And then, of course, like you heard Kelly say and others over and over again, plus, I'm a full-time rep. I keep in touch with my customers for sharpening and service. I've been taking care of my customers for over 10 years. Again, developing that incentive with you, what you do that Costco doesn't. And then, of course, always ending up with, and just so you know, we can always, normally match or beat those Costco prices anyways. And you just throw that in at the very end because that's not the main thing we want our customers thinking. Sometimes they are really concerned about price, but I just listed like 6 or 7 advantages of why buying at us as a show is better. Plus, the number one advantage is you, the service rep that can help them out down the road and keep in touch with them. And then, of course, we can always match or beat a Costco price. If you don't know the Costco prices, we don't have those to give out. Get your membership, go. You can look, but that's not something that's advertised. They have really good deals, but we can pretty much do better. So pretty simple on handling Costco. Again, you heard some of that last night from Brian Carter. Just want to reiterate some of that. When people ask for the website, cutco.com, when people ask if we have a website, really there's two kinds of objections. Some ask right at the beginning, oh yeah, Cutco, cool, and really early. Do you have a website? Cutco.com. And then some people ask like right when you're about to close. When you go in, you customize a set, you went over prices. Do you want dark or white? What color block do you like? Awesome. Hey, welcome to the Cutco family. Well, can we just go to the website? And then you want to shave your tongue because you're so dang frustrated or something like that. Again, a lot of times asking for the website is just a smokescreen walk-away objection. Usually the first thing I respond with if they ask for a website is, yeah, well, was there some specific information that you needed? Because I want to know why they're asking. Is it service? Is it purchasing? Who knows? And guys, just let them go if they're not interested. The customer that asks for a website, oh, I'm just curious about some pricing and learn more about you, especially at a busy show. It's cutco.com. Awesome. You can go check it out there. Sure thing. Because it's just a walk-off smokescreen rejection, no big deal. But if it's someone that, when you ask them, hey, is there information you need? They want sharpening or service, or they've told you they might be interested. The key is to slow them down. Oh, yeah, we have a website. Yeah, let me send you a link to my personal one that has all my personal information on it. Hold on just a second. Get them to fill out that request form information sheet. And the idea is to slow them down to find out their true interest, and then doing all the things like you've heard to help you close that person at the booth. And I'll give you a few more in a second. But the idea is as soon as that person asks for a website, the ones that are interested at any point at the booth, is don't just jump over them automatically with handling that objection, with anti-website stuff. Don't just like, okay, yeah, we're going to walk around. Do you have a website? Oh, well, if you go to the website, it's more expensive and you don't get 5 payments and, blah, and you don't get me. Don't just jump on them, because then you're battling. You're combative with the customer. You want to explain the advantages. Some of these you may have heard from other people. What are the advantages to buying to buying here? Well, hey, you can always go to cutco.com. You can see all of our products there, but everything there is full price. And here at the Buda Wiener Dog races, we have the best prices. It's a real show. Done it for a decade. Plus, here's the deal, guys. We allow you to split them up into 5 payments. You cannot do 5 interest-free charges online. 3 is the max. Of course, we can customize the sets at no extra cost. And here's a couple ways I like to word that about the advantages of buying at the show. And so get these main points here. It's just, whenever you buy a set of knives, whether it's in a store or online, you just select the set or select the box that looks best for you. And there's always 1 or 2 knives there that you really don't ever use. Well, first, I don't want you to spend money on something you're not going to use. Plus, this is your set. Kind of got this from a Chelsea a little bit. This is your set. This is like your customized personal set that you're going to have forever. So we want it to be special to you. And we can do that we can customize at no extra cost here at the show for you today. And then also, you can go online, but at the end of the day, you're just looking at pictures on a computer screen. Like, big deal. Here you have the knives in 3D. You can hold them, try them out, use them. It's a much better deal. It's a much better way to shop for knives. Wouldn't you agree? Oh, yeah, that is a better way, So again, that tie-in question about that 3D. And by the way, who here liked Fonz's line about buying online last night? Wasn't that amazing? Oh, dude, I'm going to start using that right away. That was slicker than boiled okra. He's just like, if you get a better deal online, why to be here? I mean, can't you see Curtis saying that? That'd be awesome. So, fantastic lines there. So again, a couple nuggets about catalogs. Kelly talked a little bit about discount catalogs too. A couple other things that just some keys that I would say in tying them into the catalog, because Kelly hit on the right stuff about, oh, you got a catalog, it's awesome, make them feel special about getting a catalog. But a couple of things is what I typically do. A lot of customers, they don't know if they got a discount catalog, by the way. We always ask, if they say they got a catalog and we ask, oh, did you get the discount catalog? They're like, I don't know. I always assume that they do. One is to cover myself if they do see a better price. I always assume that they do. And a couple of rules of thumb on the catalog discounts. Just these are some rules of thumb. Is if a customer gets a discount catalog, especially at Christmas, uh, individual pieces are typically. Oh, that sounded weird. They're typically. I'm like Brother James up here rolling. They're typically about 17-ish% off as the max individual pieces. So if you're kind of figuring out how to match a piece item, that's about right. The sets are like 20, maybe 25% off the complete price in catalogs. And that was a huge change. That was awesome. So the homemakers valued at like 1,400 something bucks. They do like a 20 or 25% off that price, not the 1,273, which is awesome. If you do a buy three, get one free on steak knives or table knives, that's always better than the discount price in the catalog. And some things that are never on sale in the catalog. Never. Santoku style products. Look in the catalogs. So any Santoku style, it's not on sale. Kitchen gadgets individually, they're never on sale. Cheese knives, any of those, never. The wood blocks are never on sale. And there's a few others. So if a customer mentions a discount catalog, know that those items aren't discounted in the catalog, so you can always do better. And like I said, guys, when in doubt, I assume the customer has a discount catalog. Sometimes I'll just be like, hey, did you get a discount catalog? And they say, I don't know. And I kind of wink at them and I was like, hey, well, we can honor those prices here. Did you get a discount catalog? And they're like, oh, yeah, I did. So they're already knowing and trusting that you're going to give them a good price. And guys, when in doubt, if you're not sure what the price is, if they have a catalog or not, I just give them some ridiculous, crazy discount. Buy two, get one free if I have to. Just something to say, look, whether or not you have a catalog, I'm going to give you, and listen to how this is worded, by the way. It is turbo ridiculous killer sweet deal. Okay, here turbocharge all the time. It's turbo ridiculous killer sweet deal. That's engraved on one of my customers' blocks, by the way. A turbo ridiculous killer sweet deal. Just do something crazy so that you're certain and the customer is certain that they are getting the best value with you here today versus going back to that catalog. All right, other knife companies. All right, high quality. A lot of this stuff, by the way, I give a lot of credit to Jason Jeffrey for teaching me over the last couple years. So if customers already own Hinkle's, Wusthof, whatever knives they might be, here's just a couple of tips to handle that quote unquote competition. First off, if they're not sure, if they mention they already have good quality knives, spit out a bunch of brands at them. Like, oh, is it Shun, Hinkle's, Wusthof, Sabatier, Forstner, Global? Thought a bunch of knives. Because then, first off, most of your customers haven't heard of all those. So now you're the expert. You know all these other high-end brands that may not even heard of. Sweet. Positioning yourself. And then a great line, Sean Henry on this one. Yeah, most of our competition, the top knives are made in either Germany or Japan. You ever heard of World War II? Okay. America still kicks their butt in knives too, just so you know. All right. I've heard Sean say that for years, wherein the customers laugh. And then for those customers that own whatever brand, key phrases, a lot of my customers have owned Hinkle's knives because you already understand the value of a good quality knife. They just love my customers love their Cutco because, why is it? They're made in the United States. They tend to stay sharper longer. And our guarantee is way more extensive. Those are the three keys. Notice I didn't bash their product and say, oh, they like their Cutco so much more because, no. Just recognize you already understand good knives, and here's why. And then a key question is, I'm going to credit Mr. Jeffrey for some portions of this. So are you looking to kind of replace everything you have with an American-made set, or just, add on some stuff to complement it? And, you'll get a variety of answers. A lot of people will be like, No, I mean some don't want to replace all their Hinkles, some do. Doesn't matter. But a key to that, I'm not going to go into the details, but for people who may want to add on, seem interested, uh, offer a 5-piece set that's really knives that are kind of exclusive or unique to Cutco. What I like to sell and tell the customer, here's ones that just Cutco makes. Okay, it's unique to us. A Hardy slicer, salmon melon knife, cheese knife, vegetable knife, and a Santoku trimmer. Just get something good with that double D edge, because those are 5 knives that they're other brands have things similar, but those are really unique knives that Cutco makes. And explain to them why that's special. And then a key closing phrase on that with the 5-piece is, as you know, just like your knives, ours cost $100 to $200 a piece. So, but this package here is only, with that 5 knives that I just threw out there, is only, it's like $600 worth of stuff. It's only $427. In bonus, I don't know what the heck, you can bonus whatever you want, but it's only 400 something. And a customer who already has bought Shun or something is like, oh, it's a really cool deal. 5 knives, $400, sweet. Do it on a 5-pay, good to go. So that's just a little extra, and sold a lot of those packages. Just if they already own those brands, 5 knives are unique to Cutco and sell it in the $400 range, they buy it. It's pretty sweet. It's good to go. Because the point is this, if someone's bought high quality knives, they're stopping at your booth for some reason. Now, some are the knife nerds and the knife guys that you want to look, but maybe their Hinkles or whatever is probably dull. They know that's going to cost them a bunch of money to resharpen them. Most people don't know how to sharpen their knives on a steel or something. They screw it all up. They dull them even worse. And even so, they're never going to resharpen their knives or get them as sharp as Cutco. They never will. And even the manual for Hinkles and stuff says to sharpen after every use. So the great thing about this approach here in handling other knife owners is, if they hate their Wusthof or Hinkles or whatever, and they just can't justify buying a whole new set, or if they just, they love Hinkles and they want to keep their stuff, if they buy a little 5-piece package like that and you handle all this stuff appropriately, it's a really good way to add some CPO to your day to other people that may have walked because you didn't know how to sell new knives to a Hinkles or Cutco owner. So that's money. All right, next of our competitors is, the Cutco store. I didn't kind of got out of order there. Cutco store, who here has Cutco stores in your area, by the way? Cutco stores, it's a great service for our customers. It really, really is, especially the sharpening and stuff. We handle the the Cutco stores just like we would Costco. Again, opening up with, oh yeah, you've been to the Cutco store? Yeah, we do have a store. It's awesome. It's a great service for our customers. It is. They have some good deals. Just so you know, I don't compete with a Cutco store. They offer good deals. I'm not going to sit there and try to undercut them. And then just like you would, what are the advantages of working with you versus the store? Now, at the store, they have colors and all the products, but the main thing is they have an individual rep that they work with that keeps in touch with you. I love Kelly's line about supporting a local entrepreneur versus going to the company, which is fantastic. And then, of course, you throw in at the end of that, not a huge deal, but at the end. And by the way, we can always, match or beat, the store prices that they're doing. And the reason I mentioned not undercutting, and I'll get to this when we talk about other CSPs, it's not a good idea to say, oh, well, what was the price at the store? Oh, yeah, we can do way better than that. I mean, if it comes up in conversation, you can, but that's not a starting point. We don't want to start with just, what was your price? Oh, let me see if I can beat that. Oh, yeah, I can. Just like Kelly was saying, that used car salesman type approach. Not something really want to get into. The value is in you. That's where the value lies. The service, the customizations, the knowledge you have. That's the true value of why they should buy from you right now. Oh, the store. I forgot. We in Austin, the area, we have people ask about the store all the time. And again, it's like a smokescreen objection. Oh, do you have a store? Same thing as, do you have a card or a website? It's the exact same thing. So you handle it just like all the other ways you've heard it. And whenever the store moved in, I think we were using Wiggy as an example. And one thing people have tried is, if someone is thinking about buying at the booth and they say, well, could I just go to the store? I'm just going to go to the store later. Oh, awesome. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write up this order for you on this piece of paper because this is like a great deal. It's a super discount. It's got my name and rep number on it. Take this to the store because they'll know exactly what special price to give you, and I'll get credit. And guess how often they actually do that? Yeah, like never. Like, how often do they go to the website to buy? So it's just a smoke screen objection like anything else. Few others here. New reps. New reps. Oh, yeah, my nephew sells this stuff. Cool. When'd you buy from him? Oh, it was like 3 or 4 years ago and he was in college. I think he still does it though. Anybody heard that? Yeah, I think I can call him and so whatever. Well, first off, if it's someone who swears that they have a rep or a new rep, don't get into an argument, or if they have a son, just say if you know someone who is selling Cutco, we want them to get credit. You know them, please do that. Don't get in that argument. No, trust me, your nephew was in college and he quit after 6 weeks and he only sold to you and your dad. Like, just let it go. That's not an argument you want to get in. Okay, but a couple things you can say, of course, is your nephew neighbor still selling? And you can say, okay, hey, the reason I ask is, most college kids, they do it for a summer, and once they're inactive for a few months, they can't write up orders after a while. That's the only reason I ask. And then sometimes it does come out, oh yeah, that was like in 2012 when she was doing that. Yeah, okay, cool. But that's so hilarious. And then again, similarly, as you've heard, well, hey, just so you know, I'm a full-time rep and I've been doing this for me, 18 years. And I started in college, just like your neighbor. But with me, you can see our entire selection of knives, sets, products, and customization options that you never get to see with new reps. I do sharpening and service for my customers. I'm not just here for the summer, which my customers appreciate because I take care of them 5, 10, 15 years down the road. And also because I'm a full-time professional, I can give the best specials and deals. And I've heard some people say, I make a higher commission so I can give better deals. So if your niece, nephew, whatever is still active, please buy from them. But you go from there for yourself. Again, and some people say, no, I'm just going to call her. I'm going to call her and see. And then, of course, they never do, and they never buy Cutco again. Doesn't matter. But the idea is don't get into that argument with someone who swears up and down that their nephew who sold Cutco in 2013 is still an active rep. Unless that nephew's Curtis. Then a little bit different there, I guess. Other CSPs, teammates, when you have other Cutco booths at multiple booths at a show. I'm not going to get into this one in detail because every division team has different rules for ROR, what B-backs are, who gets credit. So not going to really get into that because a lot of that are specific to your team and what rules you have in place. But a couple of keys to that is, number one is never try to undercut another rep. And again, by undercut, that's when they mentioned, Paul Schlocke at the other booth at Pecan Street Festival. Oh, you talked to Paul about this set? What price did he give you? Oh, really? Oh, no, I can do way better. Here, watch this. Then you're undercutting your teammates. You don't want to do that. If they don't remember a price or details, that's fine. But you don't want to be like battling your other your neighbors or other CSPs even, like, oh, I got an email from Orly last week. He had this cool special on the barbecue set. Oh, really? What was it? Oh, really? Well, I have that here for less. Don't get into undercutting your teammates. Never talk down about another rep, even if it's one of those reps on your team that's had issues. You can solve that, but solve the issue for the customer, but never badmouth. And again, always acknowledge the positive relationships you have with other reps, that they have with their customers, help each other out, and dadgummit, guys, don't be selfish and greedy, especially with ROR and B-backs and stuff. Because I can promise you this, when you get into dealing with other reps, don't be selfish and greedy. It was, Deanna was saying it last night. Don't have a limited mindset, okay? If you lose an order to another booth or customer, or someone else's rep comes up to the booth with whatever your RR rules are, I promise you, the more CPO that you generously give out to other reps for their credit, the more you get back. We've done the stats on our team. Okay, at our shows with multiple booths and things, the people that are writing up more orders for other reps get more written up for them. So don't be selfish and greedy at all. Last thing, the last thing that just came up actually in our group discussion about cookware yesterday, I don't have it on the PowerPoint, but dealing with the other cookware booths at shows, Lifetime, Kitchen Craft, or whatever it might be. Just a couple of key points about that. Again, just like with everything I've talked about, don't ever downplay, talk negatively about the other cookware companies. Most of those people we're friends with, 90% of them treat us very well and give us food at the end of shows, and they're trying to do the exact same thing we are, which is sell a good, high-quality American-made product to make a living. So never, ever want to downplay, talk negative. And again, unless it's your customer that you have a real good rapport with, or I really encourage you to avoid the undercutting. Don't be automatically, oh, well, do me a favor, go to Lifetime, see what they're charging for the scent, come back and see me because I got a much better deal. Starting off and directing it that way is not a good relationship we want to have with other companies. Plus, it just doesn't look good on us. There's a way we can do that. I'll explain in a minute. But I want to tell you a successful way I've handled other cookware companies at the booth. And we tell people like, straight up, oh, you've seen another brand. They're good. Okay, they're fantastic cookware. It's very similar to ours. In fact, if you bought another brand, awesome. You're going to be happy with it. You really, really are. And I've told customers, and here's what I've told customers and gotten good responses in several ways, is say, hey, listen, if you're really in the market for good cookware, if you really, really, really want it and really, really need it, here's what I encourage you to do is go check out the other booth, listen to their demonstration, learn about it, okay? Because in all honesty, if you want to buy that other brand, they're going to give you a great deal. Just like us, we do the best deals at the shows. So you're going to be happy whether you buy another brand or Cutco, okay? So do what's best for you. But hey, here's the deal. If for some reason you decide not to go with one of those other brands, just come back and see me before you leave today. I want to share some info, all right? And the reason that we explain that is because, again, we're not just straight up telling them, whatever our prices are or whatever the competition is. And I've had people come back and be straight up, be like, hey, you know what? I went and saw that presentation and I went ahead and bought the whatever brand was there. It's awesome. But you know what? I really want to buy this homemaker set this is set from you because you did such a good job. Sweet, no problem. Did I lose a cookware sale? Maybe, but great rapport with the customer. And then I've had other customers come back or just say, well, what do you mean you don't want to tell me right now? And when it comes to the price difference, I get a little hesitant about it. Because again, we know those people and we're not trying to undercut them, but I always get a little hesitant to tell the customers, which is, here's the deal. We have a very similar product as theirs, just typically ours is less expensive. And, I can show you the prices if you want, just to show you. And they really appreciate the fact that I'm not just out trying to slash the competition and being upfront and real with them and giving them an opportunity to shop and make the right decision for them rather than just coming out and being like, oh, don't go there. They're bad. So that's some key points there. If it's one of your personal customers that's bought from you a lot, them, you can be a little more direct. Of course, they want to buy with you, about that relationship that they have with Cutco and you. And that's the value of buying from you at the day. If it's a Cutco owner, maybe be a little less aggressive, but you can still lean on, hey, Cutco's been around forever. You've had Cutco for 10 years. You love it. We're always there for you. You might want to stick with Cutco for your cookware. But again, use approaches like that to give them an option to shop honestly without creating any bad blood with anybody else, and letting the customer make that wise decision and helping them do that rather than getting in a battle with somebody else. So that's everything that I have for you, again, with our quote-unquote competition. So just want to share a few of those keynotes. Again, like I said, I hope you got just 2 or 3 or 4 things out. Add it to your ammo list, your little box of secrets you can use at the booth. Combine that with all the fantastic stuff you've learned from Kelly and the panel last night and everybody else. And let's go sell some more Cutco, create some more CPO. Thank you.